So that is done, nicely rolled, no more edge. And I've also put some, I don't know what you call it, I think polyurethane filler or something. The thing you have in that tube right over there. So I just put that in under so there's no debris and water being stuck there, so it doesn't rust, and that is job done. Even though I still don't have the steering on the car, before I do any of that, I want to check if the fitment of my rolled fender in the back works or if it doesn't. So I'm gonna just put all 4 wheels on just to check if it's okay or if I have to roll the fender more. The car's on the ground, but the fitment is way off. What the what's this? Monster truck fitment, man. Here as well. This is catastrophic. Hell no, dude. Hell no. Hell no, dude. What's this fitment, man? What was this? Not good. Not good at all, man. Time to slam that hole. Way better. With the engine and everything, it's gonna be nicely low. But the rear end, well, I hope the seats, trunk, and hardtop's gonna make it sit a little bit more. But this is still, I'm still not happy with that fitment. But I think when the differential is full of liquid, I think that's like 2 kills, so that's not gonna do much. But when the car is all rigged up and me sitting in it, I think it's gonna sit nicely, hopefully, because that's full. That's the maximum I can adjust it. And also, I think the arms and the new poly bushings haven't sat in yet, and it didn't sit nicely yet. So I think when I'm gonna drive around and all that, it's gonna sit down. But very happy with the car finally being on the wheels. Still no engine, still no gearbox, still no steering rack. The steering rack is right over there, but it's on the ground. I can finally see my car on the ground again. Engine is in, just on the bounce, not plugged in at all. Still have to put the gearbox and connect everything, but the engine is in. That's the main thing. So while Matti is welding up the front bash bar, I bought it from Carl, which I bought these wheels from, and the hardtop for the car. This beautiful roll bar, which I'm going to prepare to be mounted in this sucker, because I like my head, and safety is a priority, of course. So I have to mount it up. so the engine is in, the gearbox is in. Now I want to connect every single piece, every single wire, every single hose and everything, so we can slowly start to prepare the engine for a startup. What I realized is the connector from the new coil pack is different than the one that I had in the previous one. So I'm gonna have my friend Peter probably come over here and re-solder those. I think it's called soldering when you put the wires together. I'm not entirely sure, but just change the connector essentially. So before I start putting in the headers that I wanted to put in so I can plug in the O2 sensor and stuff like that, when we put the gearbox in, my clutch slave cylinder gave out, so I ordered a new one. And since I'm already replacing the slave cylinder, I might as well replace the master cylinder that I have over here. So I'm gonna change both of those things. Fresh new parts, a little bit more labor, but at least I'm gonna have a good feeling about myself having this done. Okay, so changed it, the new one is in, and I am going to connect everything. Probably not gonna film it because it's going to be a very boring process. There's a big mess, tangled one of just random shit of cables and wires and lines and everything. So I'm gonna connect everything, hook everything up, and then we can go to putting in the headers and starting to connect all the things to get this thing started. Ja. Nej, kurwa! Ah. We have everything mechanical finished. There's no fuel in there, so I doubt it's gonna start, but I really hope it's gonna at least turn over. Oh fuck. So I did a spontaneous shopping trip for these seats. I found them on Marketplace for a very, very good price. They are already on rails that go into the Miata, so I don't have to fuck around with any seat rails and all that. And it's all the OEM sliders, I suppose. Yes, they are. They're the OEM ones mounted to them. So I have nice sliding bucket seats without any hassle and for a relatively good price. Of course, they're not in the best shape. As you can see, the color is just all burned out from the sun here. There's from these, from the seat belts, right, from the sun going onto the seats and not on the place where the seat belts were resting. But I think I can save these somehow, or somewhat. And they're going to look better than the stock seats after something. And that something is spray paint for vinyl and leather. I bought like 5 cans of it. Hopefully it's gonna be enough. I got them clean from my friend Dominic from Carfix Detailing, because I don't have any cleaning supplies for interior stuff, so I just sent it off to him so he gets all the grease and nasty stuff out of the seats so the paint sticks nicely. So I'm gonna slowly start masking off the parts that I don't want spray painted and get to work. I guess I'm just gonna do the bits, see how the paint looks, just test it out. And if it's gonna be okay, I'm gonna start with the seat. I ran out of spray cans. This is the state of things. They look terrible. Yeah, here I lost my nerve already and tried to spray more, and that's the only part that like somehow caught any color. Other than that, it's just like, yeah. It. I think it's possible for it to look good, or at least better than it looks now, with enough layers. But yeah, this just is not good. So I had to try it, man. I know. Would it be easier to send it somewhere and get it reupholstered? Yes, sure, of course it would. But first of all, no money. Second of all, I'm not planning on keeping these seats for I don't know how long. So it's just for now, so it fits into the interior, and trying to do it as much on budget as possible, even though wasting almost 100 euros on spray cans is quite literally not the way. I already spent like 40 euros, or like 1,000 Czech crowns. I had 5 spray cans right now for this whole thing, and I think I need at least 10 more, minimum. I need to commit now. I need to commit, because that would be a big waste of money, because those seats are... I'm not putting that in my car looking like that, and I just have to order more spray cans. Alright, so the time has come, and we're prepping the body kit and some other body panels for paint. Since I don't have access to the garage for a few days now, I brought the stuff to my house, and we're prepping them here with Dan over there. The process of painting the KBD body kit is a little bit more complicated than in normal body kits, because you do have to clean it off from all the oils that come from the molds when they do the body kit. It's really greasy, and it still comes from the pores and everything. So we're gonna get some plastic primer, put it on so it seals the pores, so no more vapors and grease comes out of it. So now we're just gonna clean it with some Ajax cleaner that we have right over here. Take it with some Scotch-Brite, then put a little bit of acetone and wipe it off, and start putting plastic primer on. And since we don't have enough holders for painting, put a ladder, and we're just gonna put it on there, so it's nice and stable. Because the body kit, when it's on the sun, it tends to melt down, and it's flexible way more. So that way, it's not gonna droop when it's gonna be on these ones. We cleaned it, wiped it with acetone, and now we're preparing plastic primer. So this gun was leaking as fuck, so we got another one. Alright, so this went terribly. The plastic primer did not stick at all to it, or it does these weird bubbles. The side skirts are not that bad, but over here you can see it. I hope so. You can see there's this weird structure and these drops that just don't stick to the surface, because it's greasy. It's just the material, it's the polyurethane and all the grease and from the pores, exactly as I said. We just didn't push it out enough, which I don't understand. We did everything they say on the KBD site about using the Ajax cleaner and roughing it with Scotch-Brite, but it didn't do shit. It literally didn't do nothing. As we can see, we cleaned it like 4 times. Like 4 times we cleaned it with Ajax, and we cleaned it with acetone, as they said. Didn't help. So we're just gonna prep it like a normal bumper and see if it works, because we've cleaned it with Ajax multiple times, so I guess there's nothing else we can do. While I sand down the KBD kit, Mr. Dan is gonna put primer on the fenders, the light covers, and the trunk. I still don't have my hood here because we had no way to transport it from the garage here, so I'm still waiting for that. So meanwhile, this is going to go into primer. Hey, primer is on. Check it out. Awesome. Now we have to scuff up my front bumper. All the other parts are scuffed up. We're just gonna wash them with water and get them ready for the plastic primer. Alright, so it is primered with the plastic primer, and as you can see, it doesn't do any of those weird artifacts anymore. It just has a nice glitter to it, so we know it's covered. That's all it does as the plastic primer. And now, since Dan already left me because he had to go pick up his girlfriend, I'm on my own. It's the first time I'm ever gonna mix and pour on some primer. There's not much things to fuck up, as it's not a color layer or a clear coat layer, so if it does a little bit of orange peel and or I put a little too much of it, doesn't matter, you're gonna sand it down anyways. So let's see how it goes. So I finished the primer process. I was very concentrated as it was my first time using a spray gun, or yeah, a spray gun. I am very proud of how these side skirts turned out. Those are really nice. That bumper also very good, but I had a little problem getting into the crevices of the blinkers or the indicators and the vents at the front. But all in all, good. No spills. I mean, no steak on side picho. So that's very nice. Pretty happy with it. Only the bottom didn't catch really well on some spots, like here, but I don't mind that. That's the bottom. You cannot see that, so that's all right. There's also, of course, a lot of little stuff on there from flies and bugs and all that stuff, but that's gonna get, yeah, right here you can see where a fly landed and did some breakdancing or whatever. But yeah, all in all, skill wise, these ones turn out great. Here, rear bumper, I fucked up twice. Once here, and that is because for some reason I went with the gun, stopped, and didn't stop pressing the trigger, and just stood here for half a second, and the half a second made this spill. So that's all good. That's gonna get sanded down, and also here by the exhaust, because this was a very difficult and deep shape to get the gun into, and I held it in place for way too long, so I have a spill there as well. But nothing major, nothing I can't fix. So I'm very proud of how this turned out. After all the process of figuring out how to clean the body kit and how to prep it, we battled with it because the paint didn't stick well, or the plastic primer didn't stick well, and all that stuff. So it was a battle, but we did it, and it's primered and it sticks. No weird artifacts, nothing. It's nice. I'm very, very pleased and happy with the result. So let's hope that the color and the clear coat turns out good as well. That's, thank God, not on me. That's gonna be done by Dan and his friend at the paint shop. So very skilled guys, but they never worked with the KBD body kit, with the polyurethane kits, which are really flexible and weird to paint. But let's hope they figure it out. I believe they will. Another job done, another thing ticked off the list. Okay, so I got this idea after seeing this photo on Instagram, where they make artwork with drilling out a pattern or images or anything like that into the light covers of the Miata. So I have my talented friend Bendy over here, which drew these patterns for me on the lights. Here's a lamp, but on the other one, it's half empty on this side, which I kind of like, but there's a tiger on this one. I don't know how it's gonna look after we finish drilling it out. I don't know the word for it, but yeah. We have these drill bits, and we'll see how it looks and if it works out well. I'm a little scared, but on the other side, if we fuck it up and it's gonna be really ugly, which I don't think so, but if there's a possibility, I'm just gonna order low profile headlights from Jazz Performance. So there's that. Let's go. So progress. First drilled out bits. There's still rest of the blue paint, so that has to get washed off with some acetone. But not too bad. Not too bad. Vende has it a little bit better, in my opinion.
Zie je dit there?
It's right over here.
Yeah.
You can't really
Right
say that
over
well.
here. Hey guys, how you doing?
But now what we have to do is this hardtop. For the guys that remember, in one of the winter videos, I put some silicone here and stuck the wing on. It still sticks, but I had to put this seam layer away. And now what I want to do is get some fiberglass and make it all in one piece, because taking this off will damage the seal and could even damage the glass, which I'm not wanting to take the risk for now. So I'm just going all in and making a nice layer, making it seamless like the hardtop is supposed to be with the wing already. So let's try it out. So that is done, job done. Now we have to wait about probably a day for it to dry up, and then I have to suit up into some clothes that are going to be fiberglass resistant, and I'm going to start to sand down the edges and the overlapping places where I don't want it, and then start bondoing it together so it's nice and seamless and flat. Hey guys, so editing Oliver over here. I'm currently finishing up the video you just saw, and I really want to apologize to all the frequent viewers and to all the subscribers for the delayed upload of this, as I am half a year too late. Right now it's January 26th. This was filmed in like May and July of 25, and I don't know why it took me so long. It was very hectic, and I just couldn't find myself to edit this video, and the upcoming one of finishing the car up. The car has been already finished for half a year, by the way, and for those of you who follow me on my Instagram, which is right here, you already know that. I really want to apologize also for the way the videos are structured, as the filming of the process was slowly not becoming a priority anymore throughout the process of rebuilding the car, as I promised Jacob that it's gonna take 2 weeks in his garage. It took almost like 4 to 5 months, and I really want to thank Jacob for all the patience and all the help he gave me throughout the journey of finishing up the car and making it look and perform how it does. And it being filmed so roughly, and I just filmed very hectically, didn't really take my time with all the cinematics, and as you guys mostly expect from me. So I want to apologize for that, but as I said, I was in a big time crunch because it was supposed to be a 2 week job, and it snowballed into absolute like mayhem. So there's that. Part two is going to be also pretty hectic. You can see that like a lot of B-roll is missing, a lot of context is missing. I just grabbed the camera whenever I had like a free minute to talk about something or to show you guys something I'm working on in the process. but I was in the garage from morning to morning. Actually, I was like there the whole day and slept for a few hours, then went back to the garage. Rarely like went out with my friends. I was completely a garage rat. So yeah, that's just me apologizing to and also explaining my point. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for the next one, and I have another one already with the car driving. It's gonna be a fun one. You're gonna enjoy it. So see ya.